do you know? How much can you do? Hello kids, the program that reveals and teaches so much on television is back again. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Learn a skill or two, know a craft or two, sing along to the melodious tunes. I am Rain Yusuf. See you after the show.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Story by Umi. My name is Asma Yusuf, and with me today I've got
What?
Muhammed.
Sophia.
Rayhan.
and
Yasira.
today we're going to be talking about a very interesting personality, the best of mankind, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You can see everybody's excited. But before we start the story today, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
You're still watching Little Learners.
Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was born the year 570 AE to Amina and Abdullah. After his birth, his mother Amina died. So he was an orphan, was raised by his father, and then eventually was raised by his grandfather, who eventually died as well, and then he was passed on to his uncle. So in the long run, Prophet Muhammad was raised as an orphan. He did not have the normal upbringing of growing up under the father and mother and family and all that. He didn't have that luxury. He was raised from one person to another and then to another. He did not go to school. He could not read. He could not write. But there was one thing he was good for. He was known as an honest and easygoing man, a pious man, a God-fearing man. So all of that, eventually he started working as a trader with his uncle. From there, he met Khadija, radiallahu anha. She was the first woman to accept Islam. Khadija then was a famous businesswoman. She was one of the richest women in Makkah at the time. So she saw Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and saw this honest, hardworking man. I would like for him to work with me. So he started working with Khadija as a trader. He worked on that. He used to go in caravans. He was basically like what you see today, like a marketer. He was a tradesman, and he was very good at his job. He used to make a lot of money for Khadija, and he was honest despite that. So as a businessman, he just saw something that, okay, this man is good for my business. And despite that, he's not trying to rip me up in any form. He's a honest man. I can trust him with my money. I can trust him to be in charge, and then I'll be fine. She noticed that he had that good leadership trait in him. So each time she was endeared more and more to work with him. And after a while, she just felt, this man, I'm not married. Why don't I marry this young man? And mashallah, she asked Prophet Muhammad's hand in marriage. She asked him to marry her, and he accepted. And then they lived together as husband and wife. Though he was 25 years old at the time, she was 40 years old. But the age difference, 15 years difference, did not matter to either of them. Because Khadija saw a man, a respectable man, and she respected him true and true. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw a respectable woman, and he felt it was okay to marry her. There was no issue between them. They lived an exemplary marriage life. They were fine. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam at a time used to take time out to go and meditate, because he was a conscientious man. He knew he wanted to always get away from the hustles and bustles of what was going on around him. You know, sometimes he wants to take a break and just sit back and think about life, about God. He knew there was more than what he was. There's more to life than what he was doing. So he used to go to Cave Hira to meditate. At a point, it was a usual thing for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. At a point, when he was 40 years old, on one of his visits to Cave Hira, Angel Jibril visited him. And when he did, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was not conscious. He didn't know what was going on then. Jibril just said to him, read. And he was startled. He said, but I can't read. Remember I told you guys, he was an orphan. He did not go to school. He could not read. He could not write. He's not literate in any form. So he said, I cannot read. The angel repeated again, read. And he still maintained, but I cannot read. The angel answered for the third time, read in the name of Allah. The name of Allah who creates. So he went on, and that was how the first verse of the Quran was revealed. Iqra. The Iqra was the very first verse of the Quran that was revealed to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. From that visit onward, Angel Jibril used to come, and that's how he taught Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam the entire Quran. He would come from time to time, he would visit him, and he would read verse upon verse upon verse to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Though on that particular incident, when that happened, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was scared and he went back to his wife and he narrated his experience. That, oh, Khadija, this and this was what happened. I was visited and this was what happened. Khadija, being an older woman and a woman of wisdom, she thought about it. When thinking of the scenario, she figured he must have been visited by an angel. And he reassured Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that I am sure you were visited by an angel, and he was encouraged thereon. And that's how the story of Revelation, that's how it came to be. How the angel came to reveal the Quran. The first verse of the Quran to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I'm sure you find that story interesting. And
Yes.
I know some of you have questions.
Yes.
I know from your wondering eyes, but I'm not going to take questions now. We'll take a break, and then when we come back, we'll take every question you all have.
You're still watching Little Learners.
Who has questions? Okay, I'm going to start from my right. Rayhan, what's your question?
Prophet Muhammad was an
Sallallahu
orphan.
alaihi wasallam.
Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was an orphan.
Yes.
And he needed some initial knowledge so he could become a good prophet. So that why didn't Allah just make him a normal child and then grow up with the school knowledge to make him a better...
MashaAllah. So that's where the beauty and magnificence of Allah lies. He was an orphan. He did not... Normally, maybe if a person today was going to make a decision, you pick the best qualified, person that had the best schooling. But Allah does not need all that. He guides whom He wills. He decides who I'm going to choose for this role. Allah felt Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was the best person to be, and He provided him with everything he needed to be so. If you're familiar with the story of Prophet Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, after Allah created him, He gave him the knowledge of all that he needed to know. He even made angels bow before him. The same way Allah blessed Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, from when he was young, He made him a very brilliant child. So Allah knows what Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam needed to be a prophet, and He blessed him in all of that, irrespective of his education. He didn't have education, but he had the important skills he needed to be a prophet of Allah and the seal of all prophets. Does that satisfy your question?
Yes.
Thank you. So, Muhammad, we come to you. What's your question?
My question is, what does pious mean?
Good question. Pious means God-fearing.
Okay.
When you fear God, when you fear Allah, when you are... Okay, you have another question?
Yes, I have another question.
What's it?
My other question is, did Angel Gabriel reveal the Quran verses on the cave walls like in gold form? Or...
Okay. That's an interesting and funny question. But yes, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam received the verses of the Quran, but not in writing. What he felt then at the time was the presence of Angel Jibril. And Angel Jibril spoke to him. And he made him repeat after him. From when he said, read in the name of Allah, he had the commandment of Allah. And then Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam could read. So from then on, he used to reverse verses and verses of the Holy Quran. From that day till the entire Quran was revealed to Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he knew everything. Right there. That's the blessing of Allah. He guides whom He wants, and He blesses whom He wills. So we pray that Allah make all of us one of the rightly guided ones. Amen. And He bless us all with knowledge and all that beneficial knowledge and all that we need to enter Jannah.
Amen.
Okay, any other question? Or would that be it? Okay, viewers, I hope, like my friends here, you have taken a lesson or two from this session. We've talked about the magnificence of Allah, and now Allah is the ultimate decider. He's the all-knower, He's the all-giver, all-seeing, all-hearing. He knows what each and every one of us needs in life, and He knows how to bless each and each person. He chooses whom He wills to bless. We pray we are part of the people that He has blessed, but if you look at it, Allah saw Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was an orphan, but it did not deter Allah from making him the most important man on earth. for making him the seal of all prophets, making him the best of mankind, an example to also. So I pray now that all of us, inshallah, will be part of people of the Al-Jannah, people that will one day meet Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in Al-Jannah. Hope you have fun today. From me and my team, it's Masalam.
Masalam. My name is Temiloluwa Okunade, and this is my skateboard. My skateboard is made out of wood, and I am going to show you how to ride it. Now that I've shown you, I hope you try this at home. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Zidwan Yusuf. I'm 6 years old and I'm going to fly. That's my presentation. Salam.
You're still watching Little Learners. It was nice being with you guys and get another edition of the Little Learners. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. From me and the crew, we say be nice, be good, and stay focused. Ciao for now. Bye.